really proud of is one of our own, the prodigal son, Bill Wiggins, is back here with us today. This time, he's wearing the hat of the new Livingston city manager. Come up to give us a state of the city, Bill. Thank you.
What a great introduction. Thank you, Gary.
One of our own.
It's always great to be able to come back and visit with my Lions family. And what I'd like to do is kind of give, like you said, like a state of the city and things like that, go over everything. Begin with City of Livingston. We are a general law city made up of a mayor and 5 council members. Our mayor is Lion Clark Evans, who's back here in the back. Mayor Pro Tem Judy Cochran, Alderman Dr. Ray Luna, Alderman Elgin Davis, Alderman Alan Cook, and Alderman Lion Bid Smith.
All right.
Whoa. So, the Lions Club is very well represented in the city of Livingston. Livingston is a certified retirement community. Had a lot of fun with that about a month ago when I talked to Rotary Club. Looked around and said, you know, you guys are not going to be surprised with this, but I made that announcement and they kind of booed and hissed a little bit. It's okay. Demographics. The city's population is approximately 5,130, made up of whites, 51%, black, 24%, Hispanic, 16%, Asian, 4%, Native American, 0.5%, and other 0.8%, or 1%. The council last October passed a $27 million budget, which is a lot of money. We've got a lot of things to do. Income sources to do these things. Electric sales make up 60% of the income generated. Sales tax, 13%. Water sales, 11%, and sewer service, 9%. We always like to brag on this, but we're very unique. We have no ad valorem tax, and we haven't had an ad valorem tax since 1988, which is good. Non-standard city operations for a city of our size. We have a municipal airport. We have a municipal golf course. We have a rodeo arena. We have numerous exercise and recreational parks, including youth baseball, softball, football, and soccer fields. Kind of rushing through here. Livingston Volunteer Fire Department. We're so proud of our fire department that we have, led by our fire chief, Mr. Corky Cochran, Assistant Chief John Haynes, and I think John Haynes is a Lion. Don't think he shows up, but which is good for the Lions Club. He's a duty-paying Lion. Alan Cook is also third in command. Alan is also one of our aldermen that I mentioned earlier. A few things about the fire department. Our fire department is recognized throughout the state. Every July we have the opportunity. I know Mayor Evans, Scott Simpson is here. Scott served on the city council as before. You get the opportunity to go out. Our firemen go out and they actually teach at this state school in College Station. And we always go out there to support our firemen. And when we walk up with any kind of paraphernalia with Livingston on it, people recognize the name of Livingston and they know of us. They really know Corky Cochran, I assure you. The department covers over 250 square miles in its response area. Last year, they responded to 592 calls of service, which included 284 inside the city and 308 outside the city. Each February, we have our own fire training school out here just west of town at the fire hall in training field. Last year, we had over 400 students representing 95 different departments, which is pretty good group of folks. Our fire department, I'd like to brag on them a little bit. We have 26 full-time and 3 part-time positions. This includes, of course, the officers, dispatch, secretaries, and our animal control people. Our chief is none other than the line chief Dennis Clifton. He's back there, and I saw him earlier. Lieutenant Matt Parrish, and we also have another line, Detective Marty Drake. Don't think Marty's here today, but he normally is. Take a lot of pride in telling you guys this. For a small department like this, we have 9 master and 7 advanced peace officer designations. Master is the highest degree as you can get. Is that correct, Chief? And the advanced peace officer designation is just right below that. So that is outstanding and something to be very, very proud of. Get a little tough talking about this, but I think that these men and women are true heroes, especially in today's world. You go home and you watch the news. You have people they're celebrating and encouraging threats or killings of police officers and things like that. There are songs about it and things like that. These people have a tough job, and just my hats are off to them, and I wish that everyone would feel the way I do, but unfortunately that's not the case. They protect us 24/7. We can close City Hall every day. We close the library, but we don't close the police department. Those men and women are out there working. They don't get weather days off. Just can't do it. Besides their jobs, they also are very active in the community and just a bunch of different ways and things like that. They have 2 fundraisers they do every year. The Karen Coward Scholarship fundraiser. Last year they raised 6 $1,000 scholarships, and they did this on their own. I think they raise money through barbecue sales. They have a sandwich drive, something like that they do every year. And then the other thing I'd like to tell you about that I've just kind of come to pass and I'll share with this group, is a Shop with a Cop program that they're involved with. It's a great program. What it is every year at Christmas time, they reach out and be able to touch children that may not have a Christmas. They get with the schools, they get with some of the other groups in town. I think the Indian Reservation also participates in this. Get a list of kids that so they don't overlap with some of the other empty stocking programs and things like that. But anyway, these officers, they are tied in with Walmart, and they take these kids. A child with an officer goes and they do the shopping and buy these kids Christmas. And I know for a fact that some of the years they've been a little short on what they had available, and these officers took money out of their own pockets, which I applaud their efforts for that. And I'll stand behind them any day. Some of the other things going on in the city, I'd like to touch real quickly. Trades Days at Pettigo Park. It's always on the 3rd weekend of each month. This is the 17th year of operation we've had. And each month we average about 150 vendors. People come into our community. Main Street. We've been a Main Street city since 2004. It's my understanding we have approximately 90. There's only 90 of these declarations in the whole state of Texas. Board members. We've got an outstanding board. Met with them just yesterday. Board members this year, Julie Mays Hamrick, Tammy Ogletree, Molly Anderson, Linus Kim Brown, Debbie Cooper, Jeremy Bowie, Kevin Wood, Jim Wright, and Jennifer Birdwell. What this group does is basically they promote restoration of our downtown area. The designation is really important to the city of Livingston, but it's also important personally to people like me, Gary Beeman, Bid, Dennis, anyone else that was born and raised here in Livingston. No one wants to see empty buildings in our downtown area. And so this group, what they do, they promote, and slowly but surely we're getting more and more of these businesses back in place. So hats off to that group. Like to go over some of the upcoming projects that the city council has approved and will be working on this year. And we're going to be busy. Number one, we will be installing a 300,000 gallon elevated water tank on Walnut Street. That's on Cemetery Hill. We'll also be installing a 150,000 gallon elevated water tank on West Street. For those of you who may not be familiar with that, north of town, where your Century 2 printing is, used to be the old KFC building. You make it right there. We already have it. We have an elevated. We have a storage tank, a water tank there already. There'll be a new one built next to it. It's on the kind of the corner of West Street and Old Israel Road. Be the easiest way to put that. We're going to be doing a upgrade of our water line from the Cemetery Hill water tank over to 146. Presently, we have a 6-inch line that goes from there all the way to 146 on Liberty Street. We're going to increase that to a 12-inch line. When we do that, we're going to be also redoing the Liberty Street. We're going to be doing repairs, upgrades, and we're going to widen that street. That's a very, very heavily trafficked road, and this is going to be a great project for us to get done. We are in the process of replacing the ladder truck for the fire department. The existing fire truck that we've got, ladder truck, 34 years old, been through, something like that. It has laid down on us, and they've been trying to repair that thing for a long time, and so finally got the opportunity to help those guys out with that. And the council's happy to do that. We're going to be installing the irrigation system at our golf course. You may have noticed in the Enterprise on the front page, we're going to be doing a monument out by the Whataburger Pond, which seems to be the focal point of our city. I brought a little drawing here, kind of shows, it's going to say Livingston, probably say welcome to Livingston, and it's going to be a pretty nice thing. We think it's going to be a great addition to that area out there, and we'll be working on that in probably next couple of months on getting that involved. Completion of our new Trades Day building. Y'all might have seen that out there as you turn off going into the Pettigo Park area, right there on your left. That should be completed by the middle of next month. The city purchased the old, we call it the Smith property. It's right next to or right behind the library. We wanted to protect our interest in the library. And in fact, update just at this morning that they've started demolition of that building. And plans is it'll be just a green area at this time. We'll fix it up, probably have some benches out there. You know, some may come into the library, they may want to go outside and sit on the bench and read or whatever. Eventually, long range terms, you know, we could have potential additional parking for the library, or maybe expansion for the library. But right now, it'll be a green area. And then also, the council has really made a commitment to do repairs to our existing streets and sidewalks. There's always work to be done, and so we'll be continuing working on that as well. So we've got a full year of projects to go forward, and the council is very glad to be able to do this. Good signs. We all know Angelina College expanded their new satellite campus a few years ago. The Alabama Coshada Indian Tribe has opened the Noskala Gaming Facility just east of town, and they've got plans on expanding that. We all know that could be stopped, but they're still going forward their expansion project. So the local hospital, which is affiliated with CHI St. Luke's Group, they just completed latter part of last year a $10 million expansion on their unit out there. It's absolutely incredible. If you get a chance, you go out there, the emergency room facility is what it was, and it's really neat. I know Lion Henry, we had to go out there with Lion Joe Day, but we got a chance to see it. We kind of wish we could have waited a little bit, but we got it done. At some point, US 190 will be converted over to I-14. We don't know when that would be. It'll be years to come. And at some point also, Highway 59 will become I-69. Current issues and challenges we have before us. Always, in my years after I got out of college, 32 years of banking, and the short time I've been with the city, is trying to grow the community and bring in new jobs, new industry. That's continuing. Already talked a little bit about this, repairing and replacing streets, sidewalks, and infrastructure. Number 3 I've got is traffic. That's, you know, we always gonna have well, I'm gonna say we're always gonna have this problem, but it's an issue that we at City Hall understand. We try to do the best we possibly can. Please understand, TxDOT controls Highway 59, 190, and 146. We try to notify them anytime we see some issues and things like that. We try to communicate with them, but we are completely at their mercy. There are some things that we do, and we try to improve anytime we can. A perfect example of that is opening the street in Briar Bend. That house, we demolished that house, opened up that street, and I think that's helped some. Not a lot, but it has helped some. Yeah. And so we look for opportunities to any way we possibly can. You know, people still ask about the east-west loop, and that will happen when they do the I-14. I can't tell you, you know, when or if that's going to happen. It's likely it won't happen in my lifetime, but who knows. Just so you know, some of my department heads at the city, I've already talked about Lion Dennis Clifton. He's our police chief. Our electric foreman is Dwayne Oates. Public Works is Hank Long. Community Development, Ben Buchanan. Our library director is Priscilla Emridge. Garage Superintendent, Keith Foxworth. The Main Street Trades Day and Special Events Coordinator is Amy Burrell Witt. Amy's a new person too. She came on right on after I came on to the city. She replaced Bob Ziegler, who retired. And then our fire marshal and code enforcement officer is Josh Moeller. And before I finish up, I'd like to kind of go over some of the few things, just miscellaneous things. Discount Tire Store, Highway 190 West, that opened last month. Good golly, Miss Molly, that's Molly Anderson's antique store. It's by the Blue Duck. She just moved her business. Hart's Fried Chicken. Hopefully they'll be opening next month. It's been slow process, but this is in the old Red Denim Western Auto area. And you know, I'm hungry. I know you're hungry. I know. Well, if that's something, Slosky Sandwich Shop. That's going to be in the, for us old timers, the old high school. Some new ones, it's going to be the Cedar Point campus. Across the street over there, there's an Exxon station over there. They have been working on that thing forever, it seems like. But they tell us, and they are. We do follow up with them. They have to follow up with us every so often. And, you know, it may be 2 or 3 months before they're finished up at this pace. The Huddle House, that's going out east of town by Chico. Well, that was intentional. They wanted to get that convenience store built and see how things were going and then start the construction on the Huddle House. So
are they?
I can understand that one, but the Harts and the Slosky's, that's just been slow. Mark Birdwell and his wife Jennifer, they bought the old Wissenhunt building, and it just got demolished earlier this month. They're going to restore that building, and it's going to be kind of a replica of the old building, And that's gonna be some retail, commercial retail spaces, and so, that will be coming up, soon. So if you're thinking about something like that, commercial retail spaces, there's your man, right back there in the back. The House Ferry project you may have heard about, this is Rusty Garcia's idea. It's a First Baptist Church. They've brought in preliminary plans for that venture. And then the last thing is Baskin Development, they're duplexes. They're working on the streets, water, and sewer at this time. So the city's in good shape. The council is they're doing a fantastic job. I'm very proud to get the chance to work with each and every one of them. If there's any questions, I'll be more than glad to answer any of them. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, for years I've heard that there could be a new HEB coming into Livingston. Is that just hearsay or is that still possible?
They came here and they looked around, things like that. There's nothing going on at this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Demographics is what get a lot of these folks and things like that. We've all heard the same rumor for years and years and years.
Okay.
You bet. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and is there any plans for an easier access to the hospital from the west side, 59?
Easier access to the hospital.
Instead of having to drive all the way up 59 and then make a U-turn?
That's going to be a text dot question. That has nothing to do with the city. Yes, sir.
There's no street or anything going to be put in behind the hospital?
No, sir. No, sir. Henry?
Billy, so what's being developed out there behind, off of First Street? Behind, off down toward Mimosa Street, back in there?
Back in there, that's going to be, Baskin is looking at doing some trailer houses, a mobile home park back in there.
That's
Yes,
in the
sir.
city, isn't it?
Yes, sir, that is in the city. That's correct. You bet. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am.
What about the Fame,
The Fame,
the movie theater, are they gonna just demolish it? or-
no, ma'am, I think they're trying to sell it. There's been rumors that it's been sold, but we have not heard anything. Christopher?
Found a little bit on the Liberty Avenue, Liberty Street, that water, what are you gonna be doing in the street, redoing the whole street?
Yes, sir, we're gonna have to, because to do the work on the water line,
Yeah,
that water line runs right down the middle of Liberty Street.
we're gonna redo the
So,
street.
yes, sir, we're gonna redo the street. We're going to, you're right, we've got to replace the water line and then we're gonna redo the street. And in doing so, we're gonna widen the street a little bit. We need to.
Billy, y'all moving the water line over out of the middle?
Yes, sir, that's correct. That's the plan, Henry.
So one more question. I know so they're gonna sell the Fame probably. Is there any hope that there would be a movie theater moving in here anytime soon, or is that kind of a long way away probably?
I've not heard any plans of a movie theater. No, sir, I have not. The biggest things that I'm hearing about is like the Fame Theater and a lot of these other cities around here is that people are buying those old movie theaters and converting them over to like Opry type houses. That's what I've heard, but now, that's just rumors I've heard. Scott?
Bill, I think you said that 60% of the budget was electric revenues.
Yes, sir.
Is the bypass still duly certified city and Chico? And if so, are y'all aggressively going after anybody like Discount Tire outside the bypass?
Scott, we would love to. It's my understanding that what we can do, we can sell electricity up to the creek, Long King Creek. Years ago, when there's an act that came through, Scott, that those people have they can, well, long story, they go Chico. Mayor, is that the understanding you got?
I didn't understand the question, but the creek's a boundary.
The creek is the boundary,
You got
right.
a certificate of necessity for that area out there.
Right,
And then
right.
the dual service area, goes back to the bypass.
Right.
But discount towers in Chico's jurisdiction.
Yes, sir. That's right. And any new development in that, the Anthony Properties development is what I call it, would be under Chico. Yeah, Benny?
Bill, years ago when I was coming up here, downtown had like a theater, more like a entertainment, and you could go to it, and they had all kind of different singers and things. Do you remember that? That was years ago.
Here in Livingston?
Yeah, right. It was like a.
He just had a birthday, so he's getting kind of old.
Benny, I'm standing between two other lifers here, and we don't remember that.
Jazz, no, Gary, that was 75 years ago.
Benny, I don't think that was Livingston.
I'm an antique myself.
You're trying to stump me
What was
here.
your birthday?
I think we had a jamboree or something over in, that little town across the creek there. That jamboree over there.
A jamboree, where, Line Jim?
On Alaska?
On Alaska?
On Alaska, yeah.
Okay.
At one time.
Okay. Benny, was it on Alaska?
I told you I'm old.
I think it's the Ogdens, and the Ogdens had their little deal on.
Okay,
I think that's what
okay.
it was.
Thank you, Tim. Okay. Yes,
Who
sir.
realizes money out of the prison system?
Do what now?
Who gets an income from the prison system?
The income from the prison.
Don't they lease, or
He's talking about IAA.
Private prison.
County does.
County.
the county gets
I
that?
think that, yes, sir. Yeah, they're tied in the county. Okay, thank you guys very, very much.